Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love God and I love theology. And I want to become a better principled person. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with your consequences, good or bad. None of us get away with that, you know. All of us have to deal with our consequences. Love yourself. Because if nobody else loves you, if you love yourself, you'll be okay. Birds out there fighting. I got to keep food out there. Boy, everybody tripping. Boy, the birds is tripping. People tripping. Nature tripping. It's a lot. Anyway, if you love yourself and no one else loves you, you'll be okay, you know. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild, you know. For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of 3 major religious texts. The Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering. And it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And everything that we say and do has an effect on our senses. I try to rotate the text at least twice a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how I'm led to meditate. I'll be coming out of the Bible today. Out of Mark. Yeah, I'm still in Mark. I'm just picking up where I left off before the channel break. So I was in chapter 9 in Mark. It was a long chapter, and you know, a lot of these what am I trying to say? A lot of these books of the Bible are very emotional, you know. And I can't always just zip right through them. And plus, for me, it reads different. So sometimes it throws me off because of the way it reads. So I might only read just a little bit at a time. The animals out there just tripping, boy, today. Just clowning. And it's, you know. Anyway. So anyway, I'm going to finish it up. I'm going to be coming out of Mark chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 46 and I'm going to go through 50. Mark chapter 9, verse 46 through 50. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. Okay, so it's just talking about, before it was, gosh, you know, Christ has just given examples of different situations, and he talked in parables. So I'm not going to go all the way back. If you were following me before, just go back before the break and look for Mark, because I try to put the books of the Bible, all the texts or whatever I'm dealing with in the, you know, on the video for the description. So anyway, let me say, where their worm dieth not, and the fire is quenched like a worm. And if thy eye offend thee, pluck it out. It is better for thee to enter into the kingdom of God with one eye than having having 2 eyes to be cast into hell. Excuse me. Don't do that, though. I'm not telling you to do that, because we got some dummies out here. Well, she said, for everyone shall be salted with fire, and every sacrifice shall be salted with salt. Let me read that again. For everyone shall be salted with fire, and every sacrifice shall be salted with salt. That don't sound good. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost his saltiness, with will ye season it. Have salt in yourselves and have peace one with another. So, I mean, it's talking about different, it's giving an idea of how bad it would be, if you're, if you're going to death and stuff like that or whatever. It'd be like that. He tries to give horrible examples. So he tries to let you know it's going to be horrible. Whatever it is, And I'm not going back all the way back. Because I'm reading all these texts from cover to cover. So this is a project. So I'm going to read every single book of the Bible, every chapter and every verse. So I'm not going backward. I'm going to come back around to the Old Testament. I'm in the New Testament. So I'm in the New Testament right now, but I'm going to come back around and go through all of them. The Old Testament too. The Old Testament's got a lot of fire and heat in it. It's got a lot of fire and heat in it. It was hard back then. The New Testament to me is more. I mean, even though the Old Testament is emotional too, but it's like there's just a difference. But we'll see as we go. Okay.